Welcome to another edition of the Nightly News. Good evening, Ted.
Good evening to you, Keith, and good evening to my fellow Americans out there. And thank you, everybody, for supporting the Nightly News, because I know when I talk, I am humbled that you support our truth, logic, and common sense, not Ted Nugent's suspicions or hunches or presumptions, but real, honest truth, logic, and common sense. Thank you, everybody. Be sure you spread the word and get more and more people to come, because I really care about an honest pulse representing good Americans. And that's what we do every night on the Nightly News. God bless you all.
And I know you do, Ted, in the news, right? I'm looking at, and you talk about this all the time, repeat recidivism. According to law enforcement today, progressive prosecutors who are not prosecuting criminals that say it helps reduce crime by not prosecuting major theft, felonies, weapon charges, violent crimes. I mean, that's counterintuitive to me, but they've said that, the Soros-backed prosecutors. Now, according again to law enforcement today, the data has come out. 90% of cases involving violent crimes and felonies are not prosecuted or either plea bargained down. And you want to know how many of them are not prosecuted? Depending on the jurisdiction, Ted, it's 16 to 50% not prosecuted at all. And the data comes out and it says 43% of felons will commit another felony within 3 years. And all my major crimes are up: murder, rape, robbery, burglary. And I just want to show you this clip that happened recently in the subways of New York. And it's going to show this attacker wielding a hammer who had multiple felonies before beating this 57-year-old or mid-50s doctor in the head with a hammer. Take a look at this. And I always should use the word alleged because, you know, the guy hasn't been convicted, but he's been arrested. Ted, what's your take on all of this?
Well, my take is down to earth, grounded, fact-based, pragmatic, utilitarian. I love my dogs, but if they bite my grandkids, I shoot them in the head. Shoot the dog in the head, he's not going to bite anybody ever again. And if he's bit somebody, history shows that they will bite again. I have screamed from the mountaintop for probably 30, 40 years that the vast majority of violent crime and the cultivated victimization in the United States of America is due to engineered recidivism. Now, what does engineered recidivism mean? Let the guitar player help. Engineering means that it's intentionally created, that the district attorneys and the judges and the courts and the parole boards and the plea bargaining, the early release. I mean, some guy will literally be a getaway driver for a drive-by shooting where children are killed. And as long as he testifies against the shooter, this guy gets to go out again and pilot a drive-by shooting. My dogs don't bite a second time because they're terminated. And a lot of people go, I don't expect us to just shoot all the bad guys. Well, actually, I do. I expect you to shoot all the bad guys. The woman that's about to be raped, I'd like her, before the rape is consummated, to fill the rapist full of lead, because rapists are released over and over again. They rape over and over again. Burglars are released and they burglarize again. Home invaders are released and they home invade again. Murderers are released and they murder again. Child molesters are released and they molest children again. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to call your mayor, your senator, your congressman, your governor, your chief of police, your state trooper commander, your sheriff. If every family who wants to end this engineered crime wave would call all their elected employees and say, we are witnessing an engineered crime wave. You have to stop it or we're going to fire you. And call the district attorney, call the judge's office. They won't get on the phone with you. But if enough families who care about law and order and safe streets and neighborhoods supporting those warriors of law enforcement, that it appears the court system is against the warriors of law enforcement. A cop will shoot a guy charging him with a machete, and in a clear, undeniable case of self-defense, and some judge will charge the cop. It's engineered recidivism, and it's got to stop.
And you know what, Ted, I would suggest one other thing, and I've heard you talk about this a lot. We, the people, are strongest when we vote. This is what they call a midterm election year. There's sometimes not a lot of interest in the midterms. I suggest to everyone out there listening, this is when these prosecutors and district attorneys are on the ballots. This is when sometimes governors and other council members, school board members are all on the ballot. And if we, the people, really want to fix this problem, vote out those prosecutors and district attorneys that aren't prosecuting crimes, and vote out all those bureaucrats that are appointing these parole boards and these early release programs. I suggest people, Ted, go to huntthevote.org, huntthevote.org, and take an active role in selecting the leaders that set the policies for we the people.
Amen. Ditto, ditto, ditto. Please, everybody go to huntthevote.org. It's so simple. Huntthevote.org, and make sure that our real positive spirit, the American dream, is represented, not the criminal's dream, because right now that's what's happening.
Well, thanks, Ted. Very powerful. And come back again tomorrow night for the Nightly Nuge